Howdy, folks. Dr. Ed here with Total Body Healthcare, and I've got your Whiteboard Wednesday poster thought of the week. We're in the home stretch with posters. We've got two more this week and the next week. So next week's the exciting conclusion of this series. So hopefully you join in for that. And I started to say this is one of my favorite posters, but honestly, all the posters in my office have great messages to convey. So I kind of like all of them. It's almost like trying to choose a favorite Bible verse. It's hard to do that because they're all great. But this poster, I use this poster when new patients come into the office to really kind of explain that chiropractic is more than, hey doc, can you pop my neck? As you know, chiropractors, of course, our focus is the central nervous system, the spinal cord, the peripheral nerves that come off of that, because your nervous system controls every function of your body. Without a fully functioning nervous system, it's impossible to be healthy. And this poster really kind of explains on a simple but yet deep level on how that works. You see, there are three kinds of nerves or three kinds of functions that the nerves perform in our body. There's the sensory function. That's what brings a lot of people into the office. Something hurts, whether it's their neck or their back, because that's what they think chiropractors take care of. But in taking care of the nervous system, we also take care of the other two functions of the nervous system as well. Back to the sensory nerves, though, that's what we feel, whether it is pain in your neck or whether it's a hot surface or a hard bed. Those are all sensations, and that's part of the sensory nervous system. But even deeper than that is your sense of position, where you are in space. Whether you're laying down, whether you're standing up, whether you're spinning around. All of those type functions are part of the sensory nervous system as well, not just whether something is hot or cold or whether something hurts or not. So sensory nerves are very, very important to help us interact with our environment. Motor nerves. Motor nerves are in charge of our muscles, and it's more than just moving an arm or a leg. For that matter, my motor nerves are firing rapidly enough to cause me to contract and relax the muscles of my mouth and my tongue and my vocal cords so that I can talk. Did you ever think about that? That's part of your motor nervous system. On top of that, our gut lining, from our throat all the way down to the other end, our gut lining it's all muscles as well. When we ingest some food, it has to get squeezed down through the gut lining into our stomach, or through the throat down into our stomach, into our small intestines, large intestine, and of course it exits our body. All of that is done muscularly. Your gut lining is all muscles. And so that is under the control of the motor nervous system as well. If you don't move through food through your gut, then, well, quite frankly, you're going to die. The autonomic nervous system is probably, my opinion, it's the most important part. It does so much. Here's what I tell new patients to think about when I discuss the autonomic nervous system, because it makes it simple to remember. Autonomic nerves control automatic functions. If you're not thinking about doing it and it's happening in your body, it's under the control of the autonomic nervous system. So that's things like blood pressure and heart rate, digestion that we just talked about, whether you blink or not. All of that is under the control of the autonomic nervous system. And those functions, they happen all the time. Now, here's where this poster really, really gets deep. Most of us base how healthy we are on how we feel. We wake up, hey, I feel pretty good, I must be healthy. Wake up, I don't feel good, I must not be healthy. Well, that's basing the information just on what your sensory nerves are telling you. And the sensory nervous system is actually the smallest part of your nervous system. There are some estimates that put sensory nerves only at about 10% of your nervous system, with the majority of the nervous system being up there in the motor and the autonomic nervous system, things that we don't feel working. You can contract and relax muscles all day long and feel the muscles moving, but you can't necessarily feel your brain telling those muscles to move. Again, all the muscles that I'm using to talk, think about if we could feel the signals telling those muscles to work, then that'd drive us crazy. And that's also the same thing with our autonomic nervous system. Chiropractic, when we are working on the spine and the nervous system, we work on all of them. We can't just work on the sensory nerves. We can't just work on the motor nerves. We work on the entire nervous system. How do you know if yours is working well? Since you can't feel these nerves, how do you know if they're working well or not? Well, fortunately for you, our office has invested in technology that can measure those nerves. So we measure the outputs of the autonomic nervous system. We measure the outputs of the motor nervous system to see how well they're working. We improve their function. Your health is going to improve. Do you want your health to improve? Get checked by a chiropractor. Have your nervous system evaluated to figure out how well it's working. I'm Dr. Ed with Total Body Healthcare. There's your whiteboard poster thought of the week.